Happy Monday, Lions of Liberty fans. Welcome to not only the 416th episode of Lions of Liberty, but first, welcome to the pre-roll advertisement. You know how we roll, because we have some important things to tell you about. You're going to hear about it a little bit more as we get into the show, but I first want to make sure you know about our brand new product. It is the Taxation is Death mug. That's right. Taxation may be theft, but an even more powerful message is to remind people that taxation kills, taxation destroys, taxation is death, and you can do that with a Taxation is Death mug, which you can get right now over at lionsofliberty.store. But wait, there's more, because you can get a free Taxation is Death mug by joining our Patreon this week and our very special promotion coinciding with the release of And Live Free, our mini documentary about the Lions of Liberty that we shot at PorcFest. You can get a free Taxation is Death mug if you sign up during the release period of this documentary. It will release this Friday, September 13th, 2019, and for 3 days through the 15th, you can get a free Taxation is Death mug if you support us on Patreon. Join the Lions of Liberty Pride at the $10 or higher level. Plus, every member of the Pride at any level is going to get a discount code for 50% off a Taxation is Death mug. So either way, we want to get these things in your hands. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Lions of Liberty. And while you're at it, you may as well fill that thing with a cup of our amazing coffee, the Morning Roar. You can find that at lionsofliberty.com/coffee. It's a lot, I know, so I'll post all the links over in today's show notes at lionsofliberty.com/416.
Welcome to the Lions of Liberty podcast. Here's your host, your guide, your shining beacon of liberty, Marc Claire.
Well, we've gathered here once again. Look at this crew of sad, sorry, future losers in what we're here to do, the Liberty Draft. That's right, we are drafting fictional, well, not necessarily fictional, although there might be a fictional element coming on our Thanksgiving show, but we're drafting real people in a fictional team, a fictional Liberty team to create the Liberty Draft, the next evolution in libertarian podcasting. For those of you new to this, well, good luck. It's going to be wild. But for those of you who are not familiar with the draft, it is basically just like a fantasy football, baseball, what have you draft, where we draft figures in the libertarian movement, or if you're Rico, just random people. And speaking of, I never bring in Rico first, so why don't we do that? Why don't we say hello to little Rico?
Whoa! Put down the phone. I'm already on. A little unexpected.
Statistics have shown that our ratings go up when you're speaking, so I thought I'd bring
I don't subscribe to those statistics. So.
It's actually just when you're watching Goonies in the background because people like Goonies, so that's just really...
I should put that on. Maybe I'll have Jordan search Amazon Prime for that right now.
Maybe that's what got us demonetized on YouTube. The Goonies in the background. That's probably...
Who was that? Did that ever actually happen? I don't remember that.
Yeah, that happened. I guess you were also blacked out during that episode. That was the voice of John Odermatt, the host of Felony Friday, who decided to just butt his way into the show. What's up, John?
That's how it works, right? We just speak up and then we're here. And
I gave up on order so many years ago.
We can all see each other. It feels so much more intimate now. So
it's true. It's like we're just hanging out in a room together.
Exactly. But
Leroy Jenkins.
This is how it's going to work now. Everyone just brings himself in. That was Brian McWilliams. Electric Liberty Land.
Here.
Hello.
Yeah, baby. Electric Liberty Land. #1 rated show on the Lions of Liberty Network for 7 years running.
That's a lie. That's a fake news.
Wolf Blitzer says, listen to ELL.
Hey, I'm having James Comey on. He's my new correspondent in DC.
All right, and the other people, I'm not going to introduce you ever. You just have to figure out how to bring yourself into the show. So
yeah, I'm here too. I stopped watching Dark Crystal on Netflix to make some.
Who
picks.
are you, young man?
I am Howie.
Hi, Howie. He's just Howie. Howie Snowden, the Godfather himself. I only watched one episode last night, and I'm jamming to it.
Are you? I gotta get into it. I'm excited to see it. I'm terrified I'll be disappointed though.
I was skeptical, but I felt it started off pretty strong. But we
it
can talk
gets
about
much
that
better
on our Dark Crystal review podcast for Patreon subscribers, which does not exist yet, but it might if I end up liking the show as much as I do.
It wasn't like first episode. The Gelflings are like, if only we had a better welfare system, we could fight these Skeksis.
Quite the opposite, I'll say, actually. So you just...
Ooh, interesting. Well, you hooked me.
Melisandre is a voice. I just IMDb'd this. My favorite
Game of Thrones
character in Game of Thrones.
I think
I don't think JB's ever going to commit. Melisandre is so hot. My God, her body.
This is institutional racism at its finest. These 5 white guys talking while the black guys.
Well, we're talking about a black woman who's super hot, so doesn't that?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, you're talking about who? No, Melisandre.
No, Melisandre's the red witch with the super
no.
hot bod.
Sundays.
Missandei, that's what I'm thinking about.
She
Rico
is also
so
very
racist.
hot.
Hey, that was JB, by the way. JB Lubin, the doctor of science himself. Rico is so racist that even when he likes a black chick, he has to confuse her with a white chick. That's how
it's the only way he can finish when he's jerking it in the showers.
That's how institutional the racism is on this show.
Really, it's his subconscious. He doesn't even know it. It's just in the back of his mind.
Oh, Beyonce, Madonna from the 80s. Ah!
For new listeners, we're not actually racist.
Have you mic'd up my shower?
Of course. That you think it's soap on a rope, but it's actually just me listening to everything you do.
What Patreon level would we have to put Rico showered, mic'd up in? The Daily Show. Assuming you shower daily. I have
The
no idea.
$1 level.
Well, he could do the shower dance
The
that
free
he was.
level, the public level.
His famous shower dance he could do right here for everybody.
I forgot about that.
Unbelievably, although not that
He's up for
unbelievably.
it. He just was going to get up, shower dance.
Nope, not drunk.
I did not ask a single one of you what you're drinking. But we are all
I'm drinking martini.
Surprise. Shocker.
What are you drinking?
Right, sometimes you drink like James Bond. I just happen to drink like James Bond a lot.
I'm drinking
What are you
a
drinking, martini?
tasty Oberon, Bell's Oberon, little American
JB
wheat.
said he has a
Looks
martini
dirty.
too?
No, I was just wondering how he takes his. It looks dirty.
I do take it dirty. I also make my own blue cheese stuffed olives to put in it every single
that
time.
sounds good.
Blue cheese is disgusting.
That's a lot of
All
work.
right,
No,
blue
it's
cheese is the
bad,
best.
Blue cheese is
Actually,
delicious.
Wait,
On
do
a
you
wing.
actually, you don't just buy blue cheese stuffed olives, you buy blue cheese and olives and make them?
Yeah. JB, what were you saying? Do you
It's like a lot
appreciate
of
my
work.
blue cheese and olives?
Sure
I
does.
said you're quite the fancy Dan. I never realized that.
Hey, you know what? When you're drinking at home and sweating, yelling in a small room to nobody, you need to fancy it up as much as you can.
Do
Oh,
you
I
not
appreciate
follow
it,
Brian on Instagram? Did you not see the thong pictures, JB?
That's a gold thong.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah. I guess I didn't just put 2 and 2 together.
Except when JB was in the shower jerking off to my thong pictures, he was like, "Oh, Brian in a thong, Barry White."
Our minutes to masturbation in the shower ratios is. I think we need to take like at least 10 minutes off. Jerk off in the shower jokes. Anyway, sometimes on this program we talk about
That's
liberty.
all I had. Bye.
Yeah, so we won't hear from Rico for the rest of the day. Yeah, we may or may not even talk about Liberty today because the Liberty Draft is a fun show that we are doing over the course of the next, I don't know, few months. We're getting close. We have 6 rounds done and we have 10 to do, doing about 2. We'll have 6 rounds done by the end of today. But I think the best thing to do at this point, Odie,
What are you drinking, Mark? You didn't ask yourself or JB or Howie?
Well, JB is because I was racist. Howie is because
I'm just drinking some Guinness.
he's drinking Guinness as always. I'm drinking these Golden Road. I have this like multi-pack of these Golden Road. They're called like these cart beers. There's pineapple cart, melon cart. I'm drinking fruity stuff. All right.
Are they sour beers?
No, but they're really good.
I was drinking some sours this weekend from Modern Times
I
Brewery.
wish they were sour.
I love
Delicious.
sours.
So good in a
Chill.
pool, drinking a little sour beer.
We should make our own beer. A
They're
sour
kind of
beer.
the worst. Well, I guess
except-
it depends.
Not by
I'm the
Odie.
only
not
one who
approved
doesn't
by
like them.
JB.
I think they run the gamut from, I guess, mildly tart and indecent to like vinegar.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
know
you
which
don't want to
ones.
drink those ones.
So I guess you're not talking about the ones that are practically vinegar then, I guess.
No, I would
Nope.
not drink that.
But you know the ones I'm talking about. You've had those.
I don't think I've ever had them. Everyone I've had has been pretty good, but I assume there's some shitty ones out there, like the bottom of the barrel sour beer.
Well, I don't know if it's so much they're shitty or if they're
Gold
just
Crown sour.
sour.
JB,
You know,
your
like
camera
some
is very
beers are
off
hoppy.
kilter.
I was just about to comment on how it's funny how
It's like it keeps getting farther and farther to the side of the screen every time you talk.
I don't know how that's happening, but
it's always like teaching Grandpa how to use a computer with JB every time for some reason. Even though this guy like creates diseases in labs or something.
he built this computer, okay?
Or he makes
I know how to use
volcanoes.
it.
Created math.
Well, the thing that's good about the vinegary
Is that
sour
better?
beers is when you get sick of drinking it, you can give it to your wife and be like, "Go clean yourself up." That's a
Well.
douche joke.
I was going to have a different joke, And I was going to suggest you no longer ask Howie what he's drinking at the beginning of the show, but you should wait until about half an hour in to see if we could figure it out on our own. Because if he's stumbling down the steps,
the problem is we can
know it's a whiskey.
So it kind of gets easy when we can see each other.
That's true. Never mind.
I missed what JB said he was drinking. Is it scotch or is it tequila and orange juice?
No, it's just cider. Dry cider tonight.
Yeah, nice. It's also a good choice.
I wish it was all of the things you just mentioned in one glass.
Whiskey and tequila and
just orange juice and dry cider.
I didn't put in tequila in the cider. I should.
What would you call that?
Might be good, actually.
A Mexican apple picker?
I forgot I had a name for it.
Just make this the most racist Liberty draft ever.
I told you about that. I ordered a shot of tequila and a cider in London, and he was like, "You want it poured in there?" And I was like, "Sure, why the hell not?"
I did,
and it turned out not to be so bad.
Wait, but was the guy? Was he like, "This is a thing that is done here," or were you a trendsetter?
He looked at me like questioningly, like, "Is this like something Americans do? Put tequila in cider or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, why the fuck not?" And
Dude,
it turned out not to be so bad.
You probably made that bar £1 million now. Well, yeah, whatever they're on, because now they're going to have that special drink.
The American.
The American came in here, the Mexican American or whatever they're going to call it. And it's going to be the specialty of that bar, and it's all yours.
No, how about that? I should go back and see if they're still serving it.
Yeah,
how about it?
They'll have their own drawing of you on the wall, just like in a lab coat for no reason. You're like, huh.
All right. So before we get into the draft, I believe we should discuss some things such as the forthcoming And Live Free, A Lions of Liberty story, the documentary that's going to be released this coming Friday. Unless you're watching live, then it's not this coming Friday. It's next Friday, September 13th. So if you're a regular non-Patreon listener hearing this on Monday, it'll be airing this Friday. It'll be releasing to the world on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else we can post things, I guess. And but if you're listening on Patreon, then you're special because you already got to see it. It's already up there for you. So just another reason to support us on Patreon. But we are going to run a promotion around this documentary because not only are we releasing a documentary on the 13th, a mini documentary basically about how he came together as Lions of Liberty, why we do what we do, with all sorts of awesome footage from PorkFest. The trailer is up. I'll post it in today's show notes. But we're also releasing some new merchandise. There, you guys might not even know this. The non-Lions hosts that are on the call today. We are coming out with a brand new mug, the Lions of Liberty mug. It is a Taxation is Death mug. Death. Taxation is not just theft anymore. That's not strong enough. Taxation kills. So we should tell the world that taxation is indeed death. And if I believed in status to intellectual property, I would trademark that phrase. But I don't. So we're not going to. Maybe we should. We'll talk about.
Just picture yourself at work, getting your coffee when you walk in with your new Lions of Liberty Taxation.
Getting your morning roar coffee, hopefully.
Your morning roar coffee. Maybe you're mixing it yourself there in the office, and your cubicle mate looks over and says, "Oh, what's that coffee mug there?" And you hold it up, and it says, "Taxation is death." And from that moment on, that person's going to know that you're a fucking lunatic.
What?
Yep. And immediately report it to HR.
What a conversation
seconds.
Can I make a request? So you have all these coffee products. I don't drink coffee.
You can drink anything in the mug, though, is the nice thing.
Oh, is it like a coffee, like a ceramic mug, or is it like a glass stein? Because that's what I
know. A stein would be nice.
We've talked about that.
I'm down with a stein. That's not what we're talking about now, but that is a great idea. Yeah. But you can drink anything you want in that mug. So,
Yeah, you can only drink coffee out of mugs.
Maybe I shouldn't call it a coffee mug. Maybe we should just call it a mug.
It's a coffee mug. You're not fooling anyone.
A drinking mug.
Are you a tea guy? Maybe you can have some nice.
Nope. Am I a tea guy? Have you ever seen me drink tea?
Just picturing it is hilarious. Like with a little tiny
that I would spill on me. It would be a mess.
I think we should have a pride level where
I never seen you feed your child, but he's still alive. So what do I know?
That's true. We should have a pride level where you get to have tea time with Rico in person in Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
No
sure.
response.
Come on over, one and all.
I didn't respond because I was so busy with all these new Pride memberships that are pouring in since I said that. But yeah, so with that new product, obviously anybody can just go buy it. It's up there right now at lionsofliberty.store. I don't even know. How much is it retail, Odie? Do you know offhand?
$700.
$17 or something?
$700 and you can get it.
Those two sizes, 11 and
There's a small
15.
one and a big one. I think the small one is $14.99. The big one's $17.99.
Great. So that's cool. That's happening. But if you join the Pride in this time period, starting with the day the documentary releases, September 13th, which is also the 6th-year anniversary of the Lions of Liberty podcast. That's what we're celebrating. It's a big 6-year anniversary celebration. If you sign up for the Pride at $10 or higher on Patreon at patreon.com/Lions of Liberty, you will get a free mug. So that pays for itself. We'll send those out after the first charge, so you can't cheat us on October 1st. But if you stay in for the 1 month, you get a free Taxation is Death mug. And anybody else in the Pride, if they're not at $10, it'll be you'll get a code for 50% off that mug. And also this applies to current Pride members. If you upgrade to $10 or higher, you'll also get a free mug. But anybody in the Pride at all will get the 50% code. So no better time if you're thinking about supporting the show, getting access to the live streams of all these shows that we do. Liberty Draft, Conspiracy Corners will also live stream to Facebook when that part works. Facebook was being a jerk tonight. But you can always watch the live stream here with us on Zoom. So yeah, very excited about getting this mug. I ordered mine today. Very excited to drink some Morning Roar out of it. So anything else to say about this documentary, gentlemen? Do we want to give any high-level teasers about what people will be seeing in this fantastic
Should we all say our favorite part of the documentary?
I know my favorite part. It's definitely when Rico's mind blown.
Yeah, I agree.
All my parts involve Rico.
I think that's unanimous.
The lasers are pretty good too.
The lasers is pretty good.
There are lasers. That's true.
I was
And
pissed
there
off.
were
I
lasers.
never made it into the laser room because I was in some stupid drunken discussion with 4 people I'll never talk to again in my life.
Who? Nick or Marc?
I don't know who it was, but
It could have
What
been.
are you, Brian McWilliams, drunk talking to dudes all night?
I was
No,
talking
I was-
to a bunch of dudes. Yeah.
I did not. Oddly enough, of all places, at Forkfest, I did not talk to many random drunken dudes. I was too busy doing other things, like being in the lasers.
Because you like to convert guys to libertarians who are not
Right.
at all. So there's nothing to do there.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
hey,
I don't-
guess what? And the Fed, they're like, yeah, I agree. Like, shit, this sucks.
Well,
Look, at Forkfest,
let's go to
you start
bed.
talking to some guy, and the next thing you know, he's naked. You know, do you need that in your life? Is that who you were talking to, Odie? Naked fireman?
Well,
The naked fireman?
He wasn't naked at the time, but yeah, could have been.
That's
him.
how they get you. That's how they draw you in.
Everyone's
Next thing you
naked
know,
at
you're in
that
the orgy tent.
They're never naked when you start talking to them. They
All
just
the
end up
more
naked.
reason to join the Pride and help send us back to Porkfest. And hopefully we will make it to the LNC, or at least a good portion of us, and a Childerberg dose. And hopefully if we get enough Pride money, we'll be able to make another good video content from these locations as well. It's something we want to keep doing regularly. I got to, of course, thank Dan Smots, our friend from The System Is Down, and Goulash Films, who helped us make that documentary. Or didn't help us. He made the entire documentary.
Well, we helped him by bringing him along.
True.
So.
It was a win-win. We don't need to discuss all the details on it. We helped him out. Let's just put it that way. Wink, nudge, nudge. You can figure out what that means. Hey, friends, I got to take a quick pause here to tell you about another great libertarian podcast out there. It's called Free Man Beyond the Wall, hosted by the artist formerly known as Mance Rayder, now known simply by his real name of Pete Raymond. And I gotta tell you, Pete is a machine. This guy brings you a new episode of his own every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and he has done some absolutely fantastic in-depth interviews. He's had on everybody from Ron Paul to Thaddeus Russell to Phil Labonte, the lead singer of All That Remains. A very diverse group of guests, not always libertarians. He also did a great show with a Washington, D.C. insider lobbyist revealing a lot of the dirt that goes on behind the scenes in DC. He has done so many interviews that I have just said, darn, I wish I did this one myself. So I really do want to highly recommend checking out Free Man Beyond the Wall. You can find it over at freemanbeyondthewall.com, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and all those fancy podcatchers out there. But with that being said, folks, I think it's time to get back into the Liberty Draft, and I'm really excited about the way we're going to start this draft because it starts with Rico just recapping his team because you don't get a pick here, Rico. You get you already had a keeper here. But why don't you just tell us?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's how the guy who doesn't even know who's on his team every time until he starts.
Didn't you look at the spreadsheet I sent you?
I did. For some reason, I thought we were starting round 6.
Well, the Zoom call, if you look, is actually entitled Rounds 5 and 6 of the Liberty Draft. Anyway, Tell us who's on your team, and then tell us who you're not going to pick, because you don't get to pick till the very end of this.
Oh, God
But
damn
your
it.
commentary is welcome throughout.
Well, in quite a psychic move in my first pick, round one, I picked Justin Amash, my first pick.
Round first.
It's that kind of special thinking, which is why Amash is considering you as his running mate if he does indeed run in for the LP.
So I took Justin Amash off, who was stupidly not kept.
Yeah, I didn't keep him, and then the day after,
dumbass.
It's such bullshit.
He was definitely
that's the
waiting.
story of Brian's life with the Liberty Draft, with fantasy football. It's always, I dropped him the day after. It
did. Yeah, that did just happen in fantasy football. A fucking bunch of goddamn horseshit.
So, yeah, I kept him. And then I picked Thomas Massey as his running mate, even though he's not really libertarian. It's a big R, but libertarian-ish, I guess.
He's pretty libertarian.
So
More libertarian than Amash.
well, that could be another discussion you have with Marc, and you break it down. Who's a libertarian? Trump versus Obama, and Amash versus Massey. I look forward to those back-to-back episodes.
All right, I guess those will be available in the Lions of Liberty Patreon soon. Maybe we can do it right after the show for the bonus show.
Round 3. This is a surprise to me. I picked.
Oh, you just now realized you did this?
His own
Just
picks
right now.
are a surprise to him.
So Jess Mears. I suppose she's a libertarian. She's the spokesman?
She's the membership manager now,
Spokeswoman.
which is a great segue to the fact that we also now have an affiliate program with the Libertarian Party. So I'm not going to tell you to join the Libertarian Party. Some people don't want to. Some people don't like it. Some people don't want to get involved in politics. That's fine either way. I'm just saying, if you are joining the party or have a membership to renew, you may as well also support the Lions of Liberty, because we do get a kickback for any membership. So if you do want to do that, go to lp.org/Lions of Liberty, and we all win.
Who has a membership to renew? This guy right here. You know where I'm going.
I do too.
That might be an ethical violation, so we'll discuss that off air.
I do too. I keep getting emails from Jess Mears
All right, well, don't do it there. Do it.
and Nick Sarwalk.
So my pick was clearly just a segue for a plug.
Yes, thank you.
So that worked out well for
I'm
me.
glad we foresaw that.
Round 4, Julian Assange, well-known libertarian, may or may not be alive. I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while.
I presume he's dead. He was looking rough, and now he's in jail and probably Epstein, right?
Yeah, he may have also committed suicide after his cellmate was removed for mysterious reasons.
Craziest
I haven't heard
thing.
much from him.
Craziest thing, the cameras don't work outside of his cell.
So what happened to the kill switch, guys? We talked about this.
Yeah, where is the kill switch?
Yeah, where is the Epstein kill switch?
they're
Where all
waiting to
the leaked
see.
videos and footage?
With
no
the
Epstein.
Epstein
They
kill
got him.
switch or the
Yeah, where's the Epstein? I told you, if those guys want him dead, he's dead. I told you guys.
Yep.
Or he's
No,
alive.
JB, it sounds like you know a little too much.
Maybe I do.
Maybe JB wanted him dead because he was very adamant about him dying last time.
Mark, did you post something about him being alive still?
Comment.
Well, there was this drone video that someone from the island with some guy that maybe sort of looks like him. He looks up and then goes inside this thing.
And there was hurricane damage, so it was definitely a recent video.
Did he scurry when he realized there was a drone? Oh shit!
Yeah,
he
went
did.
yeah.
He looked up and he was like, oh, and then he ducked inside to get out of the way of the drone. It certainly looked like a Epstein-esque man with white hair.
It looked enough like him to fuel conspiracy.
It could have been Anthony Bourdain.
It was one of those guys.
Welcome to Suicide Island.
What if every famous suicide or dead person's all on one island? That'd be so
Jim
cool.
Morrison's there.
That show,
Yeah.
The Island, that has the big bubbles that kill people if you try to get off of it in the water. Remember that?
Nope.
It was like an old sci-fi series from like the 70s. They kidnapped the most powerful people. Even the Simpsons did an episode talking about it. They take all the most powerful people and they put them on this island, and they keep you there like drugged and out of it. They don't kill you. They just put you on the island with other people that know too much. And if you try to get off the island, a giant bubble that tries to envelop you and sucks all your life out.
And what is the name of this program or film?
I believe it was called The Island.
All right.
It's not a Leonardo DiCaprio
Fascinating.
movie.
Not
no.
that one.
That's better, I think.
Maybe we'll review that movie too.
I like that.
Patreon.
That movie's really good, actually.
Remember when we did live watches twice and then never again? They were fun. That's all.
I think we just did one, and
We
Me
did.
and Rico did one way in the beginning. Me, Rico, and Brian did
with
one.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
that's
They
They
true.
Live, and then
Oh,
we
I've
did
never seen
Souls too.
You still never seen it?
was
God,
horrible.
I want
Never
to.
seen any of that.
It's on Netflix.
Why wouldn't you do the live watch with us?
Well, I listened to like 10 minutes of the show, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I was
just
like
heard-
work or something. I was like, I can't listen to these guys watch this ridiculous movie while I'm at work. Probably spill acid all over myself or something.
That's how funny it is.
Hold on. It was called The Prisoner. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, I've seen The Prisoner. You just described
Yeah.
it weird.
There's a book called The Island, though, by Aldous Huxley that's really good.
I love me some Aldous Huxley.
We'll do a live watch of Howie reading The Island.
Make an audiobook version.
He won't be
47
reading it out loud. We'll just watch him he'll have to get drunk during it, and we'll just watch him desperately try to comprehend it more and more as he gets drunker and drunker until he finally falls over and throws up on the book. It'll be fantastic.
Yep.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm
What else
still
you got?
describing my team. Speaking of people we thought were dead but are not, Ben Swan.
He is alive, confirmed.
And also has shiny gray hair. Maybe Ben Swan was on the pedophile island.
Oh,
That's a lofty
Yeah, might
accusation to be
find
tossing
that.
at Rico's teammate.
yeah.
Clearly doing investigative reporting.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see how you sort all these positions out. I'm really looking forward to that. But
Well, I'm very disappointed because I had a shocker of a pick in my. We'll see if
we'll see. You
he's
got,
still around.
let's just hope no one else has the same idea.
It's
Rico-
so good of an idea that you all have to have thought of it already. So
Rico, do you have any solemn words for your former team member David Koch passing away?
oh well, I'll get to that.
You should do his eulogy, really.
He was a valuable member of Team TBD. We were thinking about selling the naming rights, but we never got to finalize those discussions. So we're still in workshop.
Why don't you just change it to David Koch in memory of him? No, don't do that.
Well, I think we could phrase it a little bit better, but we'll think about that. Well,
Just
I'll
change
take
that
it
to
up.
line. It'll be
It could
fine.
just be Team Coke.
That'll work too.
Wake up, Cookie.
We're wearing that wake up punchy shirt around a lot. Unfortunately, I was expecting a couple looks, but sadly, I think the moment's gone. It's too far out of people's cultural lexicons now, despite the fact that it's a wonderful shirt.
Just got to get someone to wear it at the Emmys one year, and I'll bring it all back.
There you go.
Me,
No.
obviously.
Doesn't Mark have an Emmy?
I do.
A technical Emmy.
Yeah.
Or people sell those to porn stars to use instead of dildos because they're cheaper and easier to find.
One more than you got.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go on eBay. Let me
like
go on
bounty to
eBay and
me.
rectify that. How funny it would be if Mark came over and I had just bought 2 Emmys off eBay.
Those aren't cheap. If you want to go through that much work, that's fine.
I'll
Those
use
are
Pride
cheap. I
money.
sold mine on eBay.
All right. Well, I'm up next, and I don't like my team name anymore.
What, TBD 2?
No! I was Hellfire and Liberty, but it's really been bothering me for the last few years. I've done this. I don't really like it. So I'm going to come up with a new team name by the end of this program, though. I'm not going to be like Rico. I'm not going to be eternally TV.
God, I can't.
But
I just remembered JB. I just read / remembered JB's team name, and it's the fucking best thing ever. I can't wait to
Harriet
listen to it.
Tubman's back door. Oh, we're going to save it? I'll save it. All right.
Yeah, save it.
All right. Fine.
A
Well,
Emmy statue on eBay, $169.
All right.
Plus
Pride.
39
we need
shipping.
more people. Okay, I
sounds
am
like
making
a-
a call.
they cost way more than that. So that sounds like a knockoff. Or
I'm
someone
putting
that
on.
really-
Okay, Pride special. We need to get a very special number of Pride signups. We need you to sign up at least the $10 or $15 level. When you sign up, please specifically say that you're signing up so that I can buy an Emmy. So Mark doesn't have
You
the
don't
only
get to
Emmy in the
use
group.
Lions of Liberty money to buy an Emmy.
Let's
just so-
buy an Emmy and then raffle it off. There you go.
But I want to have it behind me on the wall.
No, we need to have a contest so the person can be an Emmy Award winner.
The Lions of Liberty. Can we have our own Emmy made up? The Lions. Can we do the Lions Awards at the end of the
we
year?
probably should do that.
The Lemmys?
Good idea. The
The
Lemmys.
Lemmys.
I don't know
The
about that.
Lemmys. For all you lemmings that blindly follow along with what we say.
All right. I'm team Lost in the Woods for now, but I'm going to change that later too because I hate that too.
That should be Howie's team name from last Porkfest.
All right. Team Lost in the Woods is led, of course, by my number one draft pick, the very versatile Tom Woods. This guy can do anything. He could be a presidential candidate if you want. He could probably host a TV show. He's so knowledgeable and has great charisma. Maybe he was what was I going to say? Maybe he's a secret racist? Isn't that what people say? No, I know that's not true. I would never say that about Tom Woods. He may or may not be merged with the entity known as Dark Tom Woods. So we don't even know that yet. We're still learning a lot about Dark Tom Woods and what exactly that means and the implications for podcasting the globe over. But he's my number one pick for these reasons. He can do just about anything. Next up, I have the very controversial, the very maligned pick of mainstream Price is Right host Drew Carey, who's a very public libertarian and has put his money and mouth towards the cause for many years. We then have the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, Mr. Glenn Jacobs, the former WWK, maybe not former. He pops in once in a while. He actually chokeslammed someone at some local speech he was giving not that long ago as mayor. So that's cool. And finally, we have a wonderful, passionate woman who is very outspoken about the horrors of the criminal justice system due to what occurred to her son. And admittedly, I partially only drafted her to keep her away from her son, which is actually really messed up, from her son on Odie's team. And that is Miss Lynn Ulbricht. Felt she'd be a strong, powerful voice for criminal justice reform. So that is my team as it stands. And now I'm back in the fifth round at a crossroads. I have a few ideas. I'm very curious about what Rico's surprise is, so I'd love to beat him on it. But I think I have to go back to a former teammate, actually, a former draftee who I once drafted, believe it or not. I don't know if it was in the first round. I think it might have been. I think it was in the second round last time. But he recently peeked his head back around into Liberty World. He is.
I know who it is.
You know what I'm doing. I'm drafting.
I was going to do the same thing. It's obvious.
It's fun. Welcome back. Welcome back, Vince.
Man,
Dude, I listened to him on Tom Woods. His libertarian game is weak.
It could be stronger. But I want to bring Liberty mainstream, and I'm drafting a team that is going to be well equipped to do just that. So I believe that his star power will be helpful in that regard and his Hollywood connections.
Was that your pick, Rico?
Nope.
No, Rico's got something else up. He's got, yeah.
Need some more ice.
We're going to see. No one cares. All right. So that's my pick for now. We'll be back to me later on and move things on now to John Odermatt.
Defending champion, John Odermatt, team Make Liberty Great Again. The only person here who has not changed their team name.
We're going to have a much more strict voting method, by the way, next time. I was not a fan of the loosey-goosey voting we had. It'll be for strictly only on the Patreon site. You have to log into Patreon, and you get one vote. One man, one vote, or woman.
You sound like AOC right now. That's all I hear.
We're going to have...
They count the votes, so they count the ways, so they work better for you. Doesn't matter. I'm going to win anyway.
If your method wasn't written into the Constitution, it would be unconstitutional.
Exactly right. Thank you.
Marc said he's bringing in UN observers for it.
That's what I heard.
Kofi Annan is going to actually no. WWE superstar Kofi Kingston is going to oversee the election. I don't know why,
they both?
But he is.
Kofi and Kofi.
Is Kofi Annan still alive? Remember that guy?
Like Rush Hour 2 with Kofi
he was like
Kingston.
the weakest UN guy when he was like the UN head of the UN when we invaded Iraq, and he's like, you should not invade Iraq, but George Bush was like, doing it anyway. And he's like, okay, like what's the point of the UN?
I think he's the only head of the UN whose name I know.
Yeah, for sure. He's the only one I know. Weird.
Anyway, getting back to my team. Enough of this.
We're doing top three Kofis. Come on, who's the next one? Go ahead.
Well, there's Kiki Kute, but he's not a Kofi.
I hear the same whistling that I heard on Felony Friday, so I know it's either Odie, Rico, or JB. There's a weird whistling in the background.
Or you have a problem with your ears.
Yeah,
you might have tinnitus. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, my ears only hear a whistling sound when Rico's on a podcast. That's got to be it.
Well, I do have
you hear lots of stupid bullshit that no one ever.
It probably is the crickets. I know.
Probably is crickets
because I'm younger and healthier and have better ears than you. Yes, that's correct.
Maybe somebody's talking about you.
I'm glad I can't hear well. I'm glad I don't hear these
gift.
little intricate things that you do. But anyway, my team, defending champions, probably the most diverse colorblind team out there, led by Larry Sharp.
It's not really diverse. It's actually almost one color only.
I don't see color. Larry Sharp, Maj Toure. Everyone knows Larry Sharp. Needs an introduction. Maj Toure, of course, running for the at-large city council seat in Philadelphia. Just had a mainstream article written about him, asking if a third party can win. He's getting a lot of traction there, raising a lot of money. Running
I hope
off.
he said no in the article. That'd be funny. It's like, nah, dog, I'm just doing this for shits.
I'm just trying to raise my name.
I got albums to sell.
And, of course, Eric July. I mean, everybody loves Eric July. I can't understand what he says with his lyrics, but I'm sure they're great. But more importantly than that,
Sounded like a 70-year-old man when he said that.
have you ever heard him?
Have you heard these kids today and the lyrics?
They're just today is all just screaming and yelling.
That's exactly what it is, actually, if you hear him perform live. But I enjoy it. It's nice.
Why can't music just be about hair parts like it was when I was young? You part to the left, you part to the right, you part down the middle, and that's all right. I said, ooh, baby, oh, come on. Doing the hair part song.
It's funny. So funny because he's totally bald singing
We
that.
make a music video called Hair Part, and it starts Odie. It's the black and white, and he's just like doing his hair in the morning.
That'll be on after Dr. Science on our coming.
We have a lot of non-Liberty projects to get to.
I want JB to commit right now to doing Dr. Science. JB.
Live on air.
Live on air right here.
I have a
Yep.
Dr. Science request.
I'll
No,
commit
I want
to
JB to commit.
I'll commit to doing at least 1 hour's worth. I don't
Yes,
squeeze-
yes.
squeeze
That's at
the
least 10 episodes.
Yeah, squeeze as many costume changes as you can in 1 hour, and that's a wrap for me.
Yeah.
Brian, I want you to make a parody of the song Weird Science for Dr. Science.
Dr. Science.
Do. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
not
it.
right now. Put some thought into it.
Can we buy a UHF station and recreate the magic of UHF the movie with all these awesome?
I bet we can.
Boy,
We got to be one somewhere here in LA that's like out in the desert, or maybe like out in the fucking like towards Palm Springs. There's got to be some UHF station off Zizix Road.
Well, we'll turn it around.
Zizix is a real. If you've driven from LA to Las Vegas, you know Zizix is a real road. Zizix, right? ZZYZX.
This doesn't seem very important. Okay, my last pick was Ross Ulbricht.
Well, I guess to you.
Now, he was right.
Of course, I picked Ross Ulbricht, and then Marc followed that up by picking his mother. So that's the kind of influence that I have over Marc.
It's a great
Odie is
storyline.
picking Vince Vaughn's mother.
That'll show him.
Vaughn's youngest son, Arthur Vaughn. No, I don't know.
You should draft Dorothy Mantooth.
I'm going to pick. I mean, I'm excited about this pick. I don't know if this guy is on anyone's radar, but he's got a lot of notoriety recently for getting his YouTube demonetized. He's going out in really tough environments,
I already know who you're doing.
rallies, things like that, getting documenting very important events. They might not be, the prettiest things going on out there, but they need to be
I
covered.
just typed it in for you.
He's not covering them. Ford Fisher, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, 44.
Look at that. John Odermatt trying to corrupt legitimate journalism for his political means. I don't think we should accept that.
Although I will say, I think Ford has explicitly said he is not libertarian.
No, he's actually said he is libertarian.
Oh, well, never mind then.
He said he doesn't do his journalist as a he doesn't
He's a real journalist, but he's a libertarian. He's not going to put his libertarian bent on his journalism.
He's not a libertarian journalist, but he's a libertarian who's a journalist.
There you go.
There you have it. All right. So, Barack Obama. Excellent.
All right, next up, JB. What
You're
is
referring
your
to me or my pick?
But
Stand both.
look, it's not racist that we call JB Barack Obama. Okay, it's just they have other similaritions.
So, I mean, the story behind that, I did write that in there after the last time. I'm guilty.
Oh, shocker!
There was the our after show where JB and us got into a little bit of a discussion about who's more libertarian, Trump or Barack Obama. So I gave JB Barack Obama. He can either keep him or he can.
Hold on. Wait, let's go. He has to go through all his other picks and his team name first.
Yes. I'm JB, of course. I'm drinking cider. I'm a Leo. And my team's name is Barriott Tubman's Backdoor Basketball Couch. a very long and convoluted story about the origins of this name. I suggest
Just
you
listen to the entire last Liberty Draft show.
Yeah,
That's
just
the only
listen
way.
to the last Liberty Draft. I'm not going to get
Many
into it.
elements had to come together for this.
As you can probably tell, but I'm pretty proud with what materialized out of that madness.
Me too. Me too.
So I wasn't part of the last Liberty Draft, so I got, I guess, a supplemental draft pick, and
Not a bad one.
yeah, and in the previous draft, Ron Paul was not in the draft, and neither was Rand Paul. They were, I guess, listed as undraftable.
Yep.
But in the subsequent draft with more players, he got to introduce a larger pool, so they got back in, and it was an obvious no-brainer as I drew first pick. So I think that's enough for that. And then for my second pick, I decided to scoop up John Stossel to head my media team. I got a couple of laughs, but I think it's a pretty solid experienced head in there for me. I think he'll do me okay. And then third, I got Ovens O'Brien, another libertarian stalwart. I'm not quite sure what position I'll be putting her in yet, but you know,
abortion defender. That's the secretary. Your secretary of abortion.
Yeah,
No, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, HHS.
Yeah, perhaps. We'll see how the rest of the team shapes up. Maybe she'll get that spot. And then next
is a Pride member and a supporter, so she's actually
She is.
she's somewhat paying for your team. I don't know if that seems like
Could be a conflict of interest there.
conflict of interest. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Then next, I got Peter Schiff, renowned Austrian economics and failed predictor of stock market crashes.
Always right. It just takes.
And then lastly, somehow, with my fifth, I have Barack Obama.
I was wondering how you picked a 5th round pick already. So.
Yeah, I magically got this pick. And you know what? After giving it some long thought, I think I'm going to keep him. You know, and we'll do what we just.
Wow! Oh boy!
Well,
You're joking, right?
Well, what can I do? Like Odie took all the best black guys. He let me look around.
I have the best black guy.
Odie took all of them right before
about
I was
Mr.
going to pick them.
It could be a master move
Yeah, I was
because
like, wait a
how
minute.
popular Barack Obama is. Imagine if he did come out as a libertarian.
What about Mr. T?
Never.
I don't know.
I think
Life's
especially Ron on that team. You know, I can
You
afford
realize
to have
Carl
Barack
Weathers
on.
is still out there, right?
Mr.
Carl-
T.
Carl Weathers.
He's still out there. I mean, yeah.
Is he a singer? Did he sing Just the Two of Us? Is that the guy I'm thinking about?
I hope so.
That was Will Smith.
Draft yourself,
That
JB.
that was actually
That was at the conclusion of Terminator. Or, I'm sorry, Predator.
Dr. Evil. I don't know what you're talking about.
Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger saying just the 2 of us. During the credits of Predator.
Somebody please deepfake that video into reality. That's the world
We
I
need
want
a
to live in.
deep fake stat.
Great song.
Are
by
you
the way.
serious, JB? Are you really keeping Barack Obama?
Yeah, I'm going to keep him.
I love it. I
What?
love this move. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Oh my god! All right.
This is awesome.
All right.
It's the end of
What's your
JB's
last-
team, but it's for entertainment purposes.
Well, he's got JV's team is officially a corpse, and with Ron Paul on good, it takes out one of the strongest teams.
Yeah,
I
with
like
Ron
it.
Paul,
I like it. JV.
at least with
I
Ron
would
Paul
not
and
count
Nuclear.
JB out. I mean, he has the best team name, and he has Ron Paul. Doesn't matter what the rest of his team.
Man,
is.
Barack Obama and Ron Paul. Are they gonna be running mates? Well, Barack Obama can't run for president, so we'll see.
He could run for vice president.
Can he? I guess he could, right? Yeah.
Who?
He could.
Yeah.
I guess, but then
Yeah,
is
he's
that-
Imagine a Ron Paul, a Barack Obama presidential libertarian.
but then what happens when somebody kills Ron Paul to put Barack Obama back in the office?
and he's president. You just can't be elected for more than 4 years, I think, right?
Yeah,
Or, I mean,
that's how it works.
Yeah, because the vice president just serves out the rest of that president's
Yeah.
term. They're not
You can
automatically.
become president through the process, but you just can't be elected. You can't run.
Yeah.
That's what the Democrats are going to do. They're going to put Bernie with Barack Obama as his VP. Kill Bernie. They might do that,
And he can
actually.
go live on Epstein Island too, with Ben Swan and Jeffrey Epstein and everybody else. All right.
Anthony Bourdain.
Bernie Sanders today was shot, mistaken for a turkey vulture in the outback.
By Dick Cheney.
Bird shot.
All right. Well, that was a
Buckshot!
controversial pick. That was an incredible pick. So, but we are going to move on now.
Well, don't forget he's got Joe Rogan in the
Oh, yeah,
ninth
that's
round.
right. That's right. You're
And
keeping-
then that was my second supplemental pick, and I think that's a steal at number 10, even though he might be a quasi-libertarian. At 10, come on. You know,
Number,
I think that's a great pick for
yeah.
I guess podcaster. There is a position called that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
who has more power? Who has more podcast power than Joe Rogan? You know,
Nobody.
Nobody. I would say
Yeah.
hardly anybody. Yeah. No single
All right.
person anyway.
Well, that brings us around to What's Up, Punchy, my amazing team.
Nope, that's not your team name.
Yes,
I got it.
what's up, Punchy? What?
Wake Up, Punchy, I mean. I like What's Up. It's like a sitcom. What's
Yeah,
Up,
What's
Punchy,
Up,
and Robert De Niro. It's Donald Trump and Robert De Niro in an odd couple called What's Up, Punchy.
it really sounds like a sitcom title.
Every morning he's like, "What's up, Punchy?"
Oh, Donald Trump.
Fuck you.
Donald, is this your toothbrush? You leave your tooth. You're using my toothbrush. You're talking to my toothbrush. All right. Anyway, I didn't do a good at De Niro or a good Donald Trump, so I'm not going to end this.
No,
Let's
you
get
do
there.
not.
All right. So, Wake Up, Punchy, my fantastic team. Rand Paul with my first round pick. Even though Rand is not explicitly libertarian, he is still one of the most libertarian public leaders we've got, with some of the most influence. And of course, is Donald Trump's Jiminy Cricket, basically trying to rein him in and be the conscience on his shoulder. Oh, look at you, Pete Quinones.
Yeah, I couldn't make the right end with the tilde, the Hispanic end, but well.
Yeah. I thought he was
No
going to
longer Raymond. He's Quinones.
I know. Yeah. What the fuck? He needs to give
Every
people a
week.
notice. I was like, who the fuck
The
is this
roller coaster.
Quinones guy I'm seeing like all over my social media? And I was like, oh, it's fucking Mance.
Such a roller coaster this guy takes us on.
It really, God damn it, man. For a guy that's a second round pick now, I wasted a second round pick on a guy who's now lost all of his name recognition. Putting Mance Rayder in quotes. All right. So anyway, for second round pick, Pete Quinones. Now,
I believe
formerly
it's pronounced Quinones.
Quinones.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Quinones?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just made it up?
No,
The first N is a nya, the second N is an N. Learn some Spanish, man. Jeez.
it's like Roger.
Well, he didn't change his name, so he just picked like.
I don't fucking know, man. Whatever. Mance Rayder, I took with the second pick because of his growing influence in the meme world, and of course his Free Man Beyond the Wall podcast. Number 3, Kennedy, the most prominent public-facing libertarian female that we may ever know.
Quick story about Kennedy. I was at work today, and my all-progressive friends happened to accidentally turn on Fox News, and I hear somebody go, "Lisa Kennedy? Who's Lisa Kennedy?" I'm like, "That's Kennedy. She's got a show." And my one friend she goes, "Oh, well, I never saw that because I would never watch Fox News." I'm like, "Oh, well, it's actually really good. She's actually not really a conservative or anything." And she's like, "I would never turn on Fox News." I'm like, all right, well, nice talking to you.
As long as you're open to new ideas,
Yeah.
new experiences.
Like if Barack Obama hosted a show on Fox News, you wouldn't fucking watch anyway, whatever. But yeah.
I have tried
Kennedy is
70.
fantastic.
I have tried 75 different kinds of avocado toast, but I have never turned on Fox News, and I never will try it. Next pick, I think one of the greatest picks we have ever seen in this draft, and especially in round 4, and considering this man was denied a draft in the first time we did this last year. Thomas, or not last
He
year.
was
whatever the fuck
denied.
it is.
He wasn't held.
Well, he wasn't drafted. Thomas
We
Sowell.
wouldn't let him be picked. He was blocked.
Thomas Sowell, still alive, still incredible, still one of the most potent libertarian minds we have. Ah, beautiful.
You just have
And
to put it. You just have to slide in there, still alive, just in case people thought he died.
Thomas, that's his nickname. Thomas, still alive, Sowell. Speaking of still alive, my next pick is going to be the one, the only, the Don of the New York libertarian scene, Gene Epstein. Come on down.
Oh, Gene Epstein. Interesting.
Do. Hello, it's wonderful to be on your team, Brian. I
We
could not be more excited.
That was wow. Just wow. That was like Rico's impression that we never speak of again.
My sign
Brian,
is
I'm excited to be a part of Wake Up Punchy, and I would you like to come over and watch Addie Hall with me some nights if you're in New York City?
Now that's interesting because Gene actually, both times he was on the show with me, did tease that if he were garnered enough support, which he said so far there's been 0 except for me, he would consider running for president. So
Yes. Well, there it is.
that's funny. When I asked him about it last time, he's like, "Well, like I said, I would totally do it if I had support. So far, it's only you." I was like, oh, okay, well.
Can I
Then go.
also say that I will also consider running for president if there's enough support?
All right, it's a race against time. Who will run, Rico or Gene Epstein? Whoever gets the most Pride supporters.
So there you go. Gene
Everyone
Epstein, my
wants me.
5th round pick. I think a fantastic pick. And then Judge Napolitano, even though he's been a little bit more, I don't know, he's still very libertarian, but his influence, I think, has waned a little bit because he doesn't have his own show anymore. He still is a columnist and a contributor for Fox, though. So, yeah, that's still good.
Yeah, he was your keeper pick for the 6th. So that
He
was
was, not bad in a 6th round
Internet
pick.
show. Doesn't he still have his internet show? Or
Does he?
I think so.
no idea.
Mance Rayder was just on it recently.
Oh, well, then he must.
So-
Oh, yeah, he interviewed Kim Ruff recently.
Yeah, and Kim Ruff was on it too.
Yeah, he still has a show.
He hates Trump so much, I could see him moving to CNN.
I think I might believe
that's
Trump.
my problem too with him is he really hates Trump, and it's like he's kind of lost perspective in my opinion, and just is going pure Trump.
I think I might believe Trump when he said that Judge Napolitano wanted to be a Supreme Court and it was denied, and now he hates him because he does seem to really hate him. Like over the
He's
top.
got early stage TDS.
Yeah,
No, it's not
I
early.
think-
It's well developed.
Yeah, Napolitano's breaking out and oozing sores
Like
with his
stage
TDS.
4.
Yes.
Good for the judge actually trying to force his way in to get on the Supreme Court. I'm glad.
Yeah,
he
I
did
wish
that.
it
If
worked.
that's true, yeah. Too bad it didn't work. Anyway. Well, that's it. That's it from Brian for tonight. He's just here for the commentary now because he's got.
Well, time to drink more.
So you go back to drinking, and we'll move on to, I gotta be honest, my second favorite team name. You were my favorite until JB changes, but Howie, what's going
Yeah,
on?
the Dark Tom Woods Alliance. Dark
What
Tom
a
Woods is going to sabotage all your other teams.
What a team you
Yeah.
got here.
So my first picks, they're not in order because I had to pick from your cast-offs first. And so my very first pick was the great Scott Horton, who was going to be
Oh,
debating,
come on, say them in round order. Be like
who was
everybody
going to
else.
be debating Bill Kristol.
No, I
at the
refuse
Soho
to
Forum.
allow this to go forward.
Hey, that was the first person I picked.
I don't care. You talk about you round
All
by
right.
round like any other
All
draft.
right.
Come on.
Skip
Okay.
John McAfee. Come on.
Howie, in his defense, still doesn't understand how
In his
drafts work.
defense, Howie has no idea how drafts work. So
My round one pick was John McAfee, who hopefully he hasn't been rolled up by the CIA yet. But he's still out there.
wasn't he in
Listen up.
Bahamas last? So I wonder if he even lived through that.
He was there, then he was in Cuba, then I don't know where he went. He was in jail for a while.
He's in the same jail cell as Julian Assange.
I hear that whistling now.
It's the crickets. It's Rico's crickets. Rico's crickets.
Blame Ohio. Don't blame me.
All right. So my second round pick was Scott
Close your
Horton,
window.
who is the best.
Should I be sweating?
I do every damn podcast. Yeah.
I just bought a new air conditioner.
Does
And
no one
now
have
I am-
central air in this fucking podcast? Like, what's going on here?
Oh man,
I
I
don't know,
have a goddamn baby coming. The plan was to get air conditioning, and then I've got a fucking baby expenses.
It's 67 degrees outside. I'm not
Are you
running.
serious?
That baby's gonna be sweating.
Fucking 99 degrees here earlier.
the
Really?
baby's not coming until January.
Wow.
When it's 70 degrees. Anyway, we'll talk about
that's-
Brian's baby plans later. What's the rest of your team, Howie?
So my third round pick is Jacob Hornberger, who I'm hoping throws his hat in the ring for the LP nomination.
Really enjoyed my interview with him, actually.
Yeah, it was
That was a
good.
good interview.
Michael Malice is my fourth round pick. The only thing I'm concerned about is him and Scott not getting along, but
Yeah.
whatever. We're all on Team Liberty. We'll
Isn't Scott Horton
get through
debating
it.
somebody huge at the forum?
Yeah, Bill Kristol.
I gotta say, I read that whole Twitter thread.
He is going to destroy him as long as people don't. Bill Kristol can't know who he is right now. If people got to
He must
stop
just have no idea.
tagging him in tweets.
It's gonna
and
get
shit.
ruined like Ben.
Yeah,
Shapiro.
yeah. I'm afraid it probably will, but I hope
Well, that was
not.
never actually ever happening. But the only person to ever back out in the history of the Soho Forum is Andrew Yang, who backed out of debating Anthony Samaroff. So let's see if Bill Kristol will be the second person ever.
And
And
then
good old Andrew One Idea Yang.
In defense of Andrew Yang, he backed out. He committed to it before he declared for president, I think. So he really had nothing
No,
to
I'm pretty
gain.
sure he was
by-
still running for
He
president.
had libertarian votes to gain. He's running for president. It's not a bad place to
gain any
gain.
libertarian votes.
He already had buzz from fucking Howie was talking about him.
That was never. No.
Howie was on the Yang Gang?
You're confusing it with
Howie-
Remzo.
No. I enjoyed his antics, but it was never a Yang.
Confusing Howie with Remzo? I think so.
Oh, we
Yes.
need to get. By the way, we need to get our Legion of Liberty Doom back together. It's been like months. We got to do it.
Talk
We have,
about
to
that
make sure
offline.
we have to keep our extend
You'll
our.
see how it
steady
goes.
lead.
The longer you go, the harder. As far as I'm concerned, you've done 2 episodes because you never have the full crew on.
Then
Well,
my
see, that's our show and your shows. We don't need the full crew because we're all very talented, and we don't have to have 6 people on to make a good show.
We've never had 6 people. But anyway, moving on.
my 5th round pick.
You never
was
will.
The, Christian conservative moderate Dave Smith.
Who?
The Christian conservative moderate Dave Smith. Got to keep some balance here. Can't get too crazy on Liberty.
It's gonna be Rico. Mute your damn mic when you're not talking. I can't stand those crickets.
I can't even hear them. You're fine.
Shut
I
up.
can't hear it at all.
Or just yell at them every once in a while. Either of those should work.
Doesn't that like cricket sound cause cancer? Or
How can you people not hear it? Howie hears it and I hear it. So we're clearly the most intelligent, healthiest people here.
I hear it.
I don't think my
I didn't
headphones
hear it
are
until
I
you
don't hear it
mentioned
at
it.
all in any way.
Well, I'm going to post a poll in the forum because I'm not editing the show at all, and we're going to see how many people heard the crickets. That's what we're going to do.
Somebody likes your shirt in the chat. Libertarian Obama likes your shirt, Howie.
Nice.
Libertarian Obama.
Is that any better? I close the window.
I like my shirt too.
It sounds just as good to me.
All right, and I don't get a pick right now, so there we go. I can't wait to see who Rico's picking though.
Pick Rico.
What do
Pick
you mean?
Rico.
No, Howie.
I don't get a pick now.
He still doesn't know how drafts work.
It wraps around. It's a
Oh,
snake.
it wraps
You do get a
around.
pick now.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Snake
right.
draft.
That's
You've
right.
only been done like 12 of these.
I knew that last episode.
Yeah. So you do get a pick, and then that will be
All
your
right.
last pick.
Well,
This is now the beginning of the 6th round, essentially.
I've got some heavy hitters on my team, so now I think it's time to pick a
Some
libertarian,
non-heavy hitters.
a libertarian,
Some
an up and comer, somebody who might be a valuable keep in the future. You know. So, because of the Rico rule, I can't just pick the Fagcast. So I had to decide.
Oh no! You're gonna
I
give
am,
the podcast. Oh wow, this is interesting.
So it's a tough decision between Bird and Carr, but us Catholic libertarians got to stick together. So Bird, also known as Birdergist on Twitter, is my was this fifth?
Wow.
You don't even know what he
Sixth
looks
round.
like.
Sixth
Every time
round.
you go on that damn podcast, he hides behind a fucking bird logo.
I know what he looks like because I had drinks with him in New York City.
It looks like this bird on my shirt.
A waste of a night.
It's just an hour. An hour in the middle of the day. We got bored with each other real quick. No.
So,
And I know his real name, all of which I'll reveal to Howie for a price to be negotiated later. You got to know your team, Howie. You got to know everything. So,
well, I will say, Howie, that was you took him way too early.
yeah, you could have took him in the 32nd round. That we don't do.
30 seconds.
We got a guy named Bird. Yeah, there you
Hey,
go.
he's gonna help me win this thing. I tell you.
Oh, I see. This is all just trying to get the.
I know what
podcast.
this is.
We
This
need
is
to vote.
exactly. This is. Watch me draft Carr now. This is going to be a war.
This is Spanglin all over again.
There's a lot of Fagcast fans out there who are going to
This is where we're
support
gonna-
the Dark Tom Woods
We're going to
Alliance.
tear other podcasts apart with this draft. That's what we're going to do.
I like it. Well, we did. Wait, was never mind.
That's
Is
what
this gonna be
libertarians
going to be a
need more
run on
drama for
podcasters
sure.
now?
There might be. Judge Knapp, does he have a podcast? He's already gone. So
I might draft Marc Claire next.
next round, I was going to say, we are all still available except for Howie. So I'm tempted to draft all of you to the rest of my picks.
You know, that's maybe the most brilliant strategy is if we're appealing to our own Pride members, we should just start draft ourselves.
Right? Yeah.
Draft as many Lions of Liberty as possible.
Or you could just draft the most popular Pride member. Who's that?
Are there popular Pride members? I
I
don't know.
don't know. Who's the most influential Pride member?
Probably like Bobby Wilson.
Wilson.
He's
Bobby.
the master of influence. Should I draft Bobby Wilson?
He posts the most.
He
He's the
posted
most of the
us.
mostest.
He's given us the most money.
He has given us the most money. He
But-
posts us the mostest.
But
It's
is he
JB's pick now, right?
But is he a hippie?
That
Or
is
a hipster?
Hippie. He may or may not be a hipster. Maybe we can talk about that in the bonus show. Maybe not, though.
Yeah.
I would do that. Okay, moving on. JB, it's back. Bury it. I just want to say it myself. I like saying it. Bury it, Tubman's backdoor basketball couch. JB. No. Oh, someone else did this, right?
Wait, is that real?
Someone typed Malia Obama in the.
Yeah, that was me.
That's not even her
No.
name, is it?
I don't know, but I hope
And
it's a real
JV's
pick.
like, you know what? I'm going to keep it.
Nah,
It's typed in there, so there's not that much I can do.
all right, that was me. So it doesn't count.
Not Malia Obama. No, it would be funny if you drafted Barack Obama's brother. He's like a Trump supporter.
The Kenyan guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Malik
like
Malik
Trump.
Obama.
Yeah,
he
Malik.
was just shit talking him today. He's like, everybody says they don't have enough money for anything. He just bought a $15 million house, but doesn't have any money to help me.
Sounds like sour grapes to me.
Hey, sometimes sour grapes need to be picked. Anyway,
Oh, very existential.
Whoa.
Put it on a mug. We'll wrap it
that's the
up.
next mug. That's the next mug you can get for our next promotion.
Sour
For
grapes
my
need to be
sixth
picked.
To, I guess, bring the team back up a little bit, I think I'm going to have to draft Mr. Bowtie himself, Jeffrey Tucker.
Oh,
Hey, Jeff Tucker.
Yep. Director of the American Institute of Economic Research, and
another
also
black guy. Wow.
and
Oh, is he
also
not?
no, and also probably the only one on the team I've ever met. Definitely, probably only one I ever will meet.
You might be Barack Obama.
That's not true. If you go to the LNC next year, you'll probably meet
Ovens.
Ovens and
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
it.
John Stossel. Ovens is the most likely person you'd meet in real life.
Maybe Barack Obama. Who knows?
Maybe even Ron
Maybe
Paul.
he'll be there.
That's not
Who
that
knows?
far.
He's doing a lot of interesting things now.
Peter Schiff,
Yeah.
not that crazy.
Yeah, I decided to toss him on there.
My dad met Peter Schiff when he was running for Senate. He went to one of his fundraisers. Then he lost. And that was the end of that.
So,
A true story about my dad meeting Peter Schiff. Thank you.
oh, awesome.
Delightful.
Anyway, Odie, that makes it your turn. It's Make Liberty Great Again.
Yeah, so I've been going back and forth on this pick, what I want to do. And a couple names churning around in my mind. I think that the one that's going to cause the most waves, I'm going to save that for the next one, for our next Liberty
You
Draft.
better hope.
Oh, am I not picking him?
For this, I don't think so. For this one, though, I think I'm
Pretty cocky.
safe to
You actually
say-
have to know something about libertarianism to pick him. Probably.
Oh,
You're out.
safe to say I'm going to pick probably the most likable, the most I don't know. I've never met another libertarian, big L or small L, that doesn't like Alex Merced. So he's
I thought you were going to go with me.
great ambassador.
I thought I was being set up here, yeah.
And Alex Merced, the
I thought you were going to go with
Vice
Roger
chair
Paxton.
of the
That
Libertarian
UBI toting son of a bitch.
We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Because Alex Merced is a fan of UBI. You heard it here first.
I don't
Vote
believe that
against
to be
Make
true at
Liberty
all.
I don't
Great
think
again.
that's actually
I think
true.
that's taking some
No.
making things up.
That's taking some liberties. Some liberties.
That's like saying Remzo says he's in favor of UBI, but when you talk to him about it, he's doesn't come across that way at all. So
No. I just remember Alex Merced did a video like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago I watched about UBI being like, basically it's a libertarian stance on UBI where if it replaces everything, it's a good thing. But, I don't think he actually believes in it.
If you got rid of welfare and all the other shit and just had UBI,
Yeah.
like
Anyway,
So- so do you know-
I do
not
like
gonna
Alex
happen.
Merced.
Do you know what would be good about it though? Like if Yang got elected and we got $1,000 a month, it would help like collapse the monetary system, and I'd be just buying $1,000 of Bitcoin every month, and then I'd be set.
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
Or drugs and hookers.
maybe
For a real
$500.
UBI
Maybe
debate.
$500 of Bitcoin a month then.
For an actual for an actual debate on UBI, see my debate that I hosted earlier this year with Anthony Samaroff.
Oh,
What?
now you gave people an idea of who to vote or who to draft.
I
It
did?
was a sleeper pick.
Well, maybe, and I guess we know who Brian wants to draft next.
Yeah,
Gee,
actually, I did. I actually forgot about him.
I love listening.
I'm
to
a
shows
fan
you
of
have
him,
on.
actually.
He's awesome. I'm a big fan of Sam Ross.
Well, see, that's why Mark shouldn't have said him, you goddamn idiot. You
Well,
ruined
now
my
I feel like
sleeper
I have to
pick.
draft him next.
Yeah,
Might be-
you probably
might be the
fucking
accent.
should.
I am going on Anthony Samaroff's show. I'm recording it this week. I don't know when it's going to air to promote the documentary, so that should be fun.
Liberty and haggis.
That's actually the name of his show. It's actually the Scottish Liberty Podcast, but I like that better. All right. Well, I might draft Anthony Samaroff in a later round. We'll see.
Well, you better be lucky if you're still there.
Right now, this is tough. I have a couple choices. I don't think either of them. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what's going to happen. So I should take whoever I want the most. I think I need to get some youth on my team. I think I need to get some people with a large YouTube presence. And I think someone that fits that bill is someone who was on that not that long ago, Miss Carey Wedler. She is now a member of Lost in the Woods. I don't know.
Mark's roundabout bizarre courting of Carey Wedler continues. Too cowardly to ask her out outright.
Mark,
Suddenly
is there something
chipping
going
away.
on that I should know about?
Not as far as I know, no.
No? Okay.
Nope. Just building the team here, folks.
Mark's like, if I draft her enough times, maybe she'll like me.
How many female positions do we have to fill?
As many as you want, but I mean, you have to have at least the one female like mainstream media host.
Okay, I thought that we needed two. Just
I
one?
mean, I would recommend a little bit of diversity on a team.
Oh, right. Of course, I have more than one in mind.
That's why I've got Lynn for the old ladies and Carey for the youngins.
Calling Lynn an old lady. Wow.
She doesn't listen to podcasts. She hasn't figured that out yet. Come on.
She's too old.
Anywho, that's my pick. Moving on. Finally, I'm assuming no one has taken Rico's surprise pick in this whole time. Is that true?
Oh, am I? Oh.
Can you say that again? Because your shitty internet just broke up.
Oh, it said, "Am I up?" I didn't realize.
Okay,
The crickets were the only thing holding his internet together, Mark.
It's Dwayne Johnson.
I'm confused.
I was gonna spend hours editing out the cricket. I was gonna spend hours editing out the cricket noise, but now no one will get that joke, so now I have to leave it all in.
Odie has cricket wireless, but Rico's is literally cricket wireless. Just a bunch of crickets stapled together with duct tape and plugged into the outlet.
Information to each other, and that's the internet.
There's something different with Brian where his jokes are actually funny tonight. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is,
Are
man.
you okay? You have a fever?
It's
I
the
don't
martini.
know. I got good sleep last night for the first time in fucking 4 years.
I was gonna say
wow.
since the 90s.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But do you have a headache? Are you hungover? Are you going to the gym? Do you need to
That's tomorrow, my friend.
He has described his entire agenda for tomorrow.
So Mark actually alluded to my pick in his very opening when he said fictional characters.
Oh no!
Oh no, Rico.
I think that's against the rules.
You cannot draft a fictional character.
What?
Do we all agree that you can't draft?
No, you can't say that.
Okay, what are you talking about?
I kind of like
say this
to.
in the middle of the draft.
I'd kind of like to hear who it is before I decide.
I still want to hear, but I think we should rule before we hear.
No, let's hear it,
No.
then we'll vote.
No, that's not fair.
You have to make a rule. You have to react to my picks for the next draft. That's how it works. I'm one step ahead of the game. Always ahead. No, it's not Dr. Science. It's someone you should know very well, Brian. It's Do Nothing Man.
Yeah!
I'll allow it.
Well, you could say
I also allow it.
You could say you're drafting Brian McWilliams, who will play the part of Do Nothing Man.
No, I'm saying I'm drafting Do Nothing
Well,
Man.
I'm not going to
That's
let
a
you
smart
draft
move.
Brian in the next round too. You can't do that.
That's fine. I don't want Brian. I just want Do Nothing Man.
That's a smart move, Rico.
I vote for it too.
I will agree to that settlement.
I vote in favor.
I think the eyes have it.
I'm going to say I will allow it. It's not, the eyes don't matter. This is my draft. It's my creation. I invented it.
Totalitarian dictator.
But I will allow it as Do Nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm always one step ahead of the game.
And I
but
suppose this is another rule we'll have to address in the
That was pretty genius because we would support it.
You're always pulling some crafty bullshit.
That is some
thinking ahead on so many levels here.
Did you actually think ahead at all, or was this?
That's why he's a lawyer.
I think this occurred to me like 5 minutes before the show. So it was a little bit before.
Is that how you do your court cases?
No, I usually prepare for those during the case.
In the air. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's a couple more rounds in the books. And I believe the next time we reconvene for the draft will be sometime around Halloween. So I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do the ghost draft. We're going to draft some dead people. We're going to draft some ghosts. I think we can do 2 rounds of ghosts. What do you think? There's plenty of ghosts out there now.
No.
We just got a new ghost. We just got David Koch. We have so many ghosts.
I think I know more
Are they
ghosts
gonna
than
be,
actual.
like in the middle, so they'll be the next round, or will they be like at the bottom?
It'll be like a bonus round that people can.
Okay. All right. If it's a bonus round, I guess we could do 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's just,
one round of,
it's not taking up current. Yeah, it won't take up current slots. It'll just be like a fun extra thing we do.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, before that, yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, you better be because that's what I'm doing.
Cheney's still
I
alive?
keep thinking this is some kind of democracy.
And then Mark's iron grip on my throat. That's all I.
It's lucky that I'm a benign dictator and I'm willing to go along with it.
It's good because I was trying to decide between several ghosts. I was really torn about it.
There's a lot of ghosts. Yeah, that's why I made it.
There's so many ghosts.
There are a good number of ghosts. The thing is, I think you should have to do an impression of the ghosts.
Absolutely. That's I guess that's saying. Rico?
I think that's fair.
All my impressions sound the same. I'm good.
That's how he's going to get out of it. This is just the impression I do.
Actually, do you think there's more living libertarians or ghost libertarians?
I would guess living. for
Probably
sure.
living.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think we've got more libertarians now than ever.
Don't you think
before.
there's been libertarians throughout history that didn't know they were libertarians?
Sure.
Like,
that was
Plato's neighbor was a libertarian.
No, not even that, Rico. I think that
Not a real libertarian.
that's my argument. I think that there's way more libertarians dead because people were just de facto libertarians throughout a lot of the history of this country before shit got fucked.
I think people are de facto barbarians. That's right, people. You heard me.
Wrong.
Okay.
Terminator.
Well, what, Howie? What?
Nothing.
Howie, what does your shirt say?
Investigate Childerberg.
I was hoping it said investigate Hillary.
All right. Well,
I've got a Hillary for prison shirt. I should wear that next time.
someone else wrap up the show because I can't do it. No one. I'm not allowed. Someone else.
I'm chewing an olive right now. I can do.
You're chewing an olive. All right. Well, we're going to continue into the bonus show because we have some Pride questions about the draft that we're going to dig into. So just another reason to join the Pride. Plus, you get the video in the Pride. Plus, you get the access to these live streams. Plus, you get half off your goddamn mug or a free mug if you upgrade to 10 or higher. So join the Pride. Patreon.com/Lions of Liberty. Check out and live free, which is coming up on Friday, September 13th. It will be released to the public at large, or see it right now by joining us on Patreon. And until next time, folks, and for the Pride, until the bonus segments, live long
And
Live free. And don't forget to go back and listen to Do Nothing Man from last Thursday.
Are you tired of banging your head against the proverbial wall of politics and getting nowhere toward actually making your life more free? Are you tired of interview podcasts that have the same guests as every other libertarian interview podcast out there? Are you tired of hearing the same news stories that you can hear on the mainstream media? Then you need to listen to The Lava Flow, where we don't do politics and we don't do the major stories that exist only to divide you. We talk about news that affects you and your freedom, and we work to find solutions that can actually help you to be more free. Check us out at thelavaflow.com.
Listen to Weird Libertarians at weirdlibertarians.com. My name is Chris Spangle, and I host a show where we talk about the stories you and your friends are talking about, and then we give you libertarian solutions so you sound smarter when you're talking to your friends. We're going to make you sound like a genius. Tune in now at weirdlibertarians.com.
Are those dry, boring, run-of-the-mill political talk shows putting you to sleep on your commute or at work? Are you ready for some fun?
Look no further. Blast Off with Johnny Rocket is a Seattle-based podcast expressing viewpoints of free markets, voluntary exchange, badass music, wicked banner, and of course, drinking.
The Blast Off doesn't shy from the truth, but always brings the party.
Let's rock and roll, Raylene.
Bring it on, Johnny.
You can check us out at thelaunchpadmedia.com/blastoff.
Again, that's thelaunchpadmedia.com/blastoff.
Launchpad Media. Always launching ideas in your direction.
And now I'm crying over you.